As you probably know, free-to-play recently got some neat updates that could have an impact on merchanting. More about that and how our work on the new merch is getting along in this video. Hey guys, it's Divine from merch.com. Free-to-play players can now sell their members' items to the Gran Exchange. Now while this is designed as an update that seems like it will help those who run out of members to sell their items so they can get enough cash to buy a bond again, merchants will also be able to save a bond here and there for not having to make accounts members just to sell off investments. This really only benefits the lazy that aren't very active with their accounts, but it's still something nice to see added. Next up, the release of the King Black Dragon and the Giant Mole to free to play. Some people are worrying that this will have an impact on the price of dragon bones and black dragon hides. But if you think about it, free to play players have to run all the way back through the wilderness to get to the boss and then carry these items back unnoted. They're never going to bring in enough stock to really have an impact on the price that way, so there's really no need to worry. These are all good updates though, and I hope free-to-play players will enjoy them a lot. Moving on to merch, first off we plan to add a bunch of new items to the live prices next week as the amount of VIPs on the site has been growing pretty hard over the past month, so keep an eye out for those. As for videos, I've personally been quite busy, which has made it difficult for me to keep them up weekly. I feel like I'm also at a point where I've gone through the vast majority of the guides that I could make, without getting into expert stuff I don't want to give away, as it would harm my own merchanting. I have a lot of ideas for possible series that I could make or pick back up, like the Road to Max Cash using merch, but the problem is time. If you look at the absurd amount of time a YouTuber like Boti puts into creating a series, you will notice. A lot of people underestimate the amount of time that goes into creating them and maintaining them, and I did too in the beginning. I've tried like 3 times now to pre-record a series so I can do it at my own pace, but each time I tried, everything else in my life prevented me from properly keeping this up, which makes the result very shitty and uninteresting to watch. At one point I'm like flipping a bunch of items, then in the next clip it's like a week later, and I sell off investments that I never actually recorded or don't remember the reasoning behind because I had too much other stuff on my head. I've also considered a weekly spotlight type of video in which I highlight noticeable evolutions in the market and some of the amazing uploads that week on merch. But I'm not sure how much interest there would be for that, and I'm not really looking to start another series that I'll have to stop after a few episodes. So over the next while, it's mostly going to be the monthly BTS merchandising reviews and whatever interesting ideas for standalone videos that come up in between. I still have a few things that I would love to make. Now, what would also be great is some suggestions from you guys of videos that you think I should make. If you have any, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Finally, I'd like to give you a quick update of where we stand with our rework of merch.com. The 2 developers are working hard at it with input from both Snow and I. We're still focusing on getting everything working functionally, so I could show you some screenshots, but they won't be appealing yet as it's simply not designed. So I'd rather keep that off until I have some better things to show you. Important to note here is that everything about the site will be mobile friendly, it will get a new look and feel, and after it's completed we can more easily implement new features. Our initial release was planned for the end of this month, but it's possible this may be delayed to a later point as there can still be unexpected hurdles that set us back. That's it for me, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next week for another video.